Boys, boys, boys and girls, it's been a while, and I have a whole lot of crap to get off my chest today. I went into a bit of a learning curve. Now bear with me. You see this wagon here? This is the one going to a customer overseas. And I weathered it my normal way with an airbrush and didn't do anything else except, around the rivets and stuff. But what bugged me about this whole thing is everything is just like too stark is maybe the right word. The shading and all that stuff is like I've always done it, but there's a sharpness to it that I don't like and I didn't know how to fix. So an old guy walked in here, a customer of mine. He's an armored guy. No, he wasn't armored. He does armor. And he says to me, why don't you use washes? And I go, wash? What do you mean wash? Anyway, long story short, I bought myself a whole lot of enamel washes from MIG, and I started doing stuff with it. Now, if you look at that there, you see, and you look at the one on the other side that I haven't done, you see that other one, all right? You see the difference between the two. That's what the wash does. It takes the starkness away, which is exactly what I want. But I'm going to show you something else now on one of the other models. Then I went absolutely haywire with all my new stuff, and I did this. And the amount of what kind of attention this got in the shop this far, it was overwhelming. It was just the people love this thing. And you know what's the weirdest thing? You guys know what the weirdest thing is. Everybody that sees this wagon goes, is it metal? It looks metal. That still looks plastic. Now, this is the thing that I want to get right, is to get it. And this is, bear with me, this is interesting to look at. I mean, I can stand here and stare at this thing, gawp at it for a while, and it doesn't bore me, and there's nothing that bugs me. Now, look from that, exactly the same wagon, to that. Now, tell me in the comments what you think, because I'm out on a limp here. I'm actually doing a limber, funny language. All right, so now walk with me. We're going to go this way. All right, okay, let's go here first. Remember when I did this wagon? You can go check the video on this in one of the previous videos I posted on YouTube, where I just did this. And all these markings between the dark and the lighter rust was like very pronounced. You could see from a mile away that it was airbrushed. And the roof had a sort of a shininess. I did put a dull coat on it, but it was still too sort of, the right word is stark. It was too bright and the transitions were too, pronounced. It was just a nightmare. Now look at this. Now that is what I wanted it to look like right from the start when I just built this. Now, I'm busy with the other one here. Now walk with me. All right. Now you tell me what you think. I'm going to go to the other side first. I've done the sides on this now, okay, with a wash. Actually, MIG's neutral wash. Yeah, neutral wash. You see that. All right. And I just washed the sides to get rid of that extreme difference between the shading and the actual body panel. Now this side, let me show you it. I've done up to here. Can you see that? This wasn't done yet. Okay. Now, what do you folks think? You see how it takes away that direct shade there? You see how it blends it in? Or is it just me? When you get involved with stuff like this and you do it the whole damn day, every day, you sort of lose perspective on what you're doing. So you actually need to tell me what you think. Now look at the front. That was straight off the airbrush. And you can definitely see that I actually painted a line there, a shadow. Whereas with a wash over it, it sort of takes it away. I am repeating myself. I don't know how really to put this to you. But what do you guys think? Everybody loves the front there so far, but I need to make sure. I need to know that I'm on the right path here. So if you look at the other side, now, okay, also, this is the dark wash, the MIG dark wash. I just ran down the seams here. So that's the effect there. Whereas on the other side, look, it's still wet. It'll dry out down. I'll clean it up a bit. I haven't done the wash between the two, on here, the dark wash. I will do that just now, just to make it more pronounced. Now, I did do it on the roof, the rips over the roof there, and that's dry. You see, so it's not as dark as when you just put it on. It sort of dries to a lighter shade, but it still makes it pop. I haven't got spit left in my mouth. And it's also the weirdest thing, the camera sort of like takes some of the coloring away, but I like what that does. That looks right to me. To my eye, that looks right. Without, that really airbrush painted sort of look, which I was never fond of. Yucks, now before I overcame my fear of an airbrush, I always used to weather with a paintbrush and acrylics that was watered down. And it worked for me for years. I did some pretty good stuff like that. But you always had the streak problem and this and that, and it was time consuming. Look, this is very time consuming. From an airbrush job that takes you half an hour to a complete wash and redo like this that takes you a damn day. You sit the day here and you do little rivets and all that sort of things. That is the other side of the coin. It's time consuming. Now, the dark wash, for instance, look at that last hatch as opposed to the others that wasn't being washed. It just gives it a little bit of, without taking the effect you did with the airbrush underneath away. It doesn't take it away. It just tones it down, which is what I like. Tell me what you think in the comments. Some of you oaks just sit there and look at me and go, he's an idiot. Help me out here, boys. Help me out here. Let me make the product better and wada. That way we all work together. So, yes, let me know. Let me know what you think. Good, dudes. I will speak to you guys later. And I haven't been on YouTube for ages. I'm sorry about that. It's been hell of a busy year. And soon we're going to close down the aftak outside, and then I will jump back into the video straight away. Okay, dudes. Till later. Goed. Tot ziens.